What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Back at it again with another banger, my friends. Y'all know the vibes. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me, man. I gotta say, honestly, y'all, I'm still kind of reeling, recovering, processing yesterday. I'm talking about one of the best day of women's college hoops that we've seen all season. I mean, Don Staley finally unleashed the beast known as Leigh Fulwiley, finished with a career-tying game-high 24 points, man. We've been waiting to see when when Malaysia Fulwiley would get released, man. When the leash would get a little bit looser and Don Staley would really let her get active, man. People have been talking about her needing to transfer, not getting enough playing time, being held in shackles, not really getting to play her true game. But in the last several contests, man, like Leigh Fulwiley, her last 5 games have been incredible, and she is finally being able to play her whole game. She's gotten that trust from Don Staley, and Don realizes, man, like she realizes she has a special talent on her hands.
I think Malaysia. I think Malaysia's a pro. I think we're just giving her the tools to operate in that space because it's not just one way. You have to be multifaceted when it comes to playing at that elite level. Like talent-wise, she's got the talent, speed, athleticism. She has all elite, all of that. Now is the crux of playing in the league. How do you handle certain situations? How you handle starting or not starting? How you handle, when you go 0 for 4, right? You got to defend. So it is all of those things that we're adding to what she already has brought to us, because ultimately she wants to be a pro. And if she wants to be a pro, there are things that we have to add.
I couldn't have said it better myself, man. Malaysia Fulwiley is absolutely a WNBA player without a doubt. When you talk about a player that really doesn't have many holes, yeah, you can talk about the shot selection at times, the turnovers at times that have, young players go through. But the way that she has been playing us, a switch has flipped, man. Malaysia Fulwiley is absolutely in her bag and looking like one of the most explosive guards in all of college basketball. She is absolutely a problem. And she had 24 points in just 19 minutes. When you talk about her being able to be that X factor, to be that difference maker for South Carolina, for them to try to chase this national championship and go back to back, Malaysia Fulwiley is a huge part of what they're doing, man. When you just give her the ball and let her go, we talked about South Carolina, like who was going to be the closer for this team, who was going to be the player that, hey, when you need a bucket, some point in the game, who is going to go get it for you? And we see it's Malaysia Fulwiley. Of course, Joyce Edwards has been playing incredible basketball too, but Malaysia Fulwiley, man, I cannot just say enough about her impact on both sides of the basketball. Not only in transition, her offense, attacking the cup, getting in the space, knocking down three-point shots as well. But on top of that, man, her defensive presence is sensational as well, man. Like her ability to just shut down the opposing player's best player, her ability to pick pockets, her ability to just cause straight havoc on the defensive side, I think has really impacted this team as well, man. Like, I gotta salute her to that. She finished with a game high 24 points, 1 assist, 4 rebounds in just 19 minutes of play, man. Like, when you talk about just a dynamic, talent, explosive, too good to not, like, just too good not to keep on the floor, bro. Like, people got on me when I said Malaysia Fulwiley was the best player for South Carolina, but I'm standing, I will die on that hill. I'm standing on business when it comes to Leigh Fulwiley. She is absolutely special. Like, Don Staley has 2 players in Malaysia Fulwiley and Joyce Edwards that have the potential to be the 2 best players in women's college hoops, period. Like, Leigh with the butter for a reason, man. She reminds me of like the female Kyrie Irving, bro. Like one-on-one ISO, forget about it. You're not staying in front of her. There's nobody in the country that is guarding Malaysia Fulwiley right now, man. The shot is falling. She's got the best handles in women's college hoops right now. She's got the best layup package. She's playing great defense and guarding the ball. Like, she's playing smart and controlled basketball. People talk about the flash, but it's a part of her game. Like, it's not unnecessary, bro. But when you think about her trajectory at the next level, just a complete combo guard. Can play the one, can play the two, like dynamic level talent that really can elevate this South Carolina squad, man. Like, she is absolutely the X factor. When they need somebody to be aggressive and set the tone offensively, you can put Malaysia Fulwiley in there and get a quick 20 piece. But 24 points in 19 minutes? Welcome in, everybody. Let me see. Texas, Pharaoh. Texas 20, Georgia 16 at halftime. That's trash, number one. Man, Texas back at number one, bro. Texas is not a good shooting team, though. They can't shoot three to save their lives. Mark, my guy. Lay is a beast. She needs to start even if they wait till the tournament. Like, she is a player that you cannot keep on the floor. She would literally be a starter in any other program right now, man. Like, Lay Fulwiley, I love. People felt like Don was, like, mismanaging her somewhat, man. I think, they've kind of eased her in, and now the training wheels are off. Like, Malaysia Fulwiley is full go. She is ready right now. Give her the keys. She's ready to go right now. Get you a bucket anytime you need. The closer. She's just fearless, man. She plays the game with a fearless approach where she feels like she can go at anybody, any given night, and nobody can guard her. And when you have that type of mentality mixed with that skill set, I mean, you're talking about a next level player. I agree completely with Don Staley. Like, she's absolutely a pro. And she's been playing just exceptional basketball, especially like her last 5 games, man. She's really up the ante, scoring the basketball. You look at it against Vandy, she had 24 points in 19 minutes. Against Arkansas, she had 15 points in 20 minutes with 4 assists and 4 rebounds, rebounding the basketball. She gave UConn 11 in that blowout win, one of the bright spots for South Carolina. She gave Florida 13. She gave Texas 13 as well. Like, even the games they lose, man, Malaysia Fulwiley is one of those players that absolutely steps up to the call and is ready to go at anybody, man. I think if every player had Malaysia Fulwiley's mentality, bro, they would be better players. Like, I love her approach and her attack to the game. Her and Joyce Edwards, just incredible basketball players, bro. And I think for South Carolina, continuing to feed Joyce Edwards, continuing to play through Malaysia Fulwiley, it gives them a different dynamic, man. It makes them so much more dangerous when these two players are going at it the way that they are, man. So I love the win for South Carolina. I think they did an incredible job on Michaela Blake's, one of the top scorers in the country, holding her to under 20 points. Tahina Powell played a good game with 13 points as well. Tessa Johnson made some shots. Maddie McDaniel made some shots. Quiet game for Chloe Kicks, and she only played 20 minutes. So, something to look at there, man. But just looking at, and also Sanaya Fagan only played 13 minutes, while Joyce Edwards got 29 minutes. So it's obvious, like, this team is transitioning to play around Malaysia Fulwiley and Joyce Edwards. Joyce Edwards got more minutes than any did on this team in that last game. Like, it's starting to happen where Don Staley's turning the keys over to Joyce Edwards as well as Malaysia Fulwiley. Like, these are the two best players on this team right now. Right now. And they're playing through these two, and it's resulting in wins. It's great basketball. Daniel, welcome in, welcome in. Hey, everybody, welcome in, fam. Bro, Mark, I'm right there with you. Malaysia Fulwiley is the best player on South Carolina's roster, period. 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 She is the best player on South Carolina's roster, period. Malaysia Fulwiley is an elite talent. An elite talent. I'm right there with you. They don't have to depend on just pounding it in the post. They have the perimeter firepower. They don't have to shoot a lot of threes. Y'all saw, like, they're at their best when they're attacking, getting fouled, getting to the free throw line, rebounding. Like, Malaysia Fulwiley she's arrived. She's here. She's absolutely here. South Carolina played a great game. Salute to them, and they're still, like I said, in that running to go ahead and claim that SEC regular season title. So salute to them. Sticking with the SEC, man, LSU and Kentucky, man, played a great game. How about LSU showing some absolute fight, showing that dog in them? against Kentucky, man. They was down 17 points at one time. Salute to Kim Mulkey, one of the greatest in the game, doing her thing. Picked up win number 750. And just look at the pure excitement and joy right here on this team, man. They really fight hard for each other and play for one another, man. They love their coach.
I'm proud of you because you had to go do it. It wasn't anything I drew up. I thought our bench was outstanding.
Look at that, man. Just pure joy and excitement.
But they were. They think they got to score. They think they got to do. No, you don't. No, you don't. You go out there and you defend. Okay? I'm proud of y'all.
Man, I'm telling y'all right now, man, that game, that was a big win. After they let that win go against Texas, getting that win against Kentucky was a huge win for them. And you see they won it 65-58. They were down 17 points. And you talk about a big three, man. Like, first off, Michaela Williams is one of the best guards in the country. She might have the best mid-range game in the country. Finished with 24. You see Flage and Anissa Morrow got active as well. Shout out to their last game, too. Jersey Wolfenbarger, man, played exceptionally well when Anissa Morrow was battling that injury. But they are playing great basketball. Like, LSU proved a lot to me in that win, man. They showed guts. They showed grit. They showed tenacity. Like, the big three that they have, we keep saying, they need some depth, they need some help. These players assisted or scored on 80% of the points that they had. Flage's been banged up. Anissa Morrow's been banged up. Michaela Williams, since 2025 hit, has been one of the best guards in the country, hands down. Like, she's definitely found her rhythm within this team, this offense, man. Just her ISO shot-making ability. There were so many times where they gave Michaela Williams the basketball and just told everybody to get the hell out the way and let her go to work, man. I think that was a big win for LSU, and I think Michaela Williams, man, is really we're seeing her turn into a superstar. Like, we're seeing her hit that next level, that next pinnacle of, I'm her, can't nobody guard me. Like, just big time shot maker. When they were down, Michaela Williams just kept making plays, kept hitting shots, had a big and one, got fouled, made the shots. Like, LSU's comeback, I mean, they just showed so much tenacity, man. I love just the spirit of this team. They take everybody's best punch, and they just continue to roll with it, man. Coach Kim Mulkey, one of the most fiery coaches in the country, has just continued to really motivate her team and bring the best out of this group. And, I mean, they're going to need more from the bench. I will stand on that. Anissa Morrow, another double-double, 12 points, 10 rebounds for her. Cheyenne Wilson played exceptional defense on Georgia Amore. Second half, they pretty much held her scoreless, man. So shout out to Cheyenne Wilson, 8 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Quiet night, Caitlin Gilbert and Last Terpola and Wolfenbarger and Miracle Shepherd, man. We really have seen their minutes cut. They haven't really had the same amount of playing time the last couple of games. Caitlin Gilbert has really been kind of up and down, a little, streaky for them. But they got enough, man. Samaya Smith, 7 rebounds. And I agree with Coach Kim Mulkey said, man. It doesn't have to necessarily be about this supporting cast or this bench scoring the basketball. Like, if they're going to rebound, if they're going to defend, and you're cool with you're cool with Michaela Williams, Flage Johnson, and Anissa Morrow taking all the shots, hey, man, it's a recipe that's been tough. I think LSU is going to be a very tough matchup for a lot of teams because they're going to be able to score. They push the pace really well, and if they're hitting shots from the perimeter, it's going to be a long night for you. But Kentucky had them on the ropes. Like, Georgia Amore was playing incredible basketball, dishing the rock, hitting shots, getting to the basket. Like, that first half, it was the Georgia Amore show. They released that full court press and shut that ish down. You talk about a coach making in-game adjustments. You talk about a coach making in-game adjustments. Yo, Kim Mulkey showed what she is made of, man. She put her players in position to succeed. They turned up the defense, very strategic, holding off on that full court press into the second half. And we see, they came back and got a huge victory, a very big confidence boost for this team. LSU is dangerous. LSU is a dangerous team. That is not a team you're going to want to see in March. I'm telling you right now. Let me catch up in the comments. Yo, LSU's comeback was incredible. They showed a lot. What do you think about Pow Pow? I mean, like, they need her to continue to shoot the basketball. She needs to be shooting at least 5 threes a game. They need Pow Pow to continue to shoot the basketball. I think she's been like the coach on the floor somewhat, their leader on both sides. They need her to keep shooting the basketball and being aggressive. Did you realize she took layout with 6 minutes left, so she couldn't break her career high? Dawn still catering to Joy. Joseph! Ooh! Spicy take. Spicy take. I mean, Joyce is definitely not lacking for touches. I'll tell you that. And it kind of just, it goes back to how South Carolina has played in the past with just pounding the ball in the post and going to work. Joyce Edwards is a special talent. Her and Malaysia Fulwiley could carry this team to a championship. Like, it's their time. Raven Johnson, solid at what she does. Breezy Hall has been playing better than, she had started the season. Pow Pow still going to be relied upon. Like, these other players are still going to have to play their roles. But as far as just running the offense through two players, like, they don't have a big three, but they got a big two. Malaysia Fulwiley and Joyce Edwards are going to determine the run and how far this team goes for South Carolina. Yes, LSU had an amazing comeback to rely on the defense. Yo, they turned it up. Against Georgia Moore, like one of the best point guards in the country, they took the pick and roll away. Like, shout out Cheyenne Day Wilson. She played extremely great basketball on the defensive side. Like, her length, her athletic ability, she made things extremely hard for Georgia Moore. So I gotta salute her. Yeah, what do you think about Dawn's loyalty to her seniors? Mark, it reminds me of like the Christy Sod situation before she got fired in Indiana, man. Like, I'm a firm believer in letting the best player play, riding the hot hand. And the loyalty to the seniors, I think, has cost them some games. Because you saw against UCLA, like, Malaysia Fulwiley should have played a lot more minutes in that contest. Hands down, Malaysia Fulwiley should have played a lot more minutes against UCLA. She still should be getting about 25 minutes a game, I feel like. Like, they should give her some of Breezy's minutes. Because you're not really losing a lot on defense, and you're getting so much more on offense. So I hope the loyalty to the upperclassmen, which I respect, they've waited their turn. They're program pillars. They're champions. I get that. I'm not here to say Don Staley's not doing right. But at the same time, you got your two best players coming off the bench, which I still think is pretty crazy. MK12 is a superstar. She, in my opinion, is the best player on their team. I think so, too. Chicago Cheetah, I'm not going to hold you. I think Michaela Williams is the best player on LSU. I really do. And it's scary because she's just a sophomore. She's just scratching the surface on how good she's going to be, man. Seriously. I think Lay is not only the best player on the team, but she's the best player in the country. I'm honestly not going to debate. I'm not mad at that take. Because when she has the ball in her hands, there might not be another player in the country I trust more to go get me a bucket. Like, immediately. You talk about the layup package, the speed. Like, she's a blow by waiting to happen. She's been playing way more controlled. I think she's getting more comfortable with the feel of the game. And she's just a sophomore, too, man. Like, these super sophomores, Michaela Williams, Malaysia Fulwiley, like, these super sophomores, Audie Crooks, like, this sophomore class is special, man. Hannah Hidalgo, Juju Watkins, of course. Speaking of Hannah Hidalgo, man, that Notre Dame didn't last long at number one, did they, y'all? Hey, Notre Dame did not last long at number one. I tell you what, they had a thriller against NC State, man. Shout out NC State. We talk about big threes. We got to talk about Zoe Brooks. We got to talk about Zaya James. We got to talk about Sanaya Rivers as well, man. Like, talk about a team getting active. Like, bro, did y'all see Zoe Brooks with a 30 ball? Oh, my goodness. She had the 30 ball. Maybe that was Notre Dame. Let me put it up. 33 for her. Sanaya Rivers almost had a triple-double. Isaiah James, one of the smoothest guards in the country. Like, NC State was a Final Four team. They took in some lumps this season, but that was a big-time win over Notre Dame. That was a big-time win over Notre Dame, man. So I've definitely got to shout out. the NC State Wolfpack for knocking off Notre Dame. And that shows you anybody can get got on any given night. They beat Notre Dame 104-95. This is such, it's wide open. Woo! Y'all, it's wide open out there. It is wide open. It's a wide open league. It's a wide open right now. Anybody can get got. Notre Dame lasted what? 2 weeks at number one? Incredible game. And I tell y'all what, man, I don't know if y'all saw that shot that Sonya Citron hit though, like to send it to overtime. That was insane, man. Notre Dame played their tails off, but they didn't get much production outside the big three. But you look at it, man. Watch out for NC State. The regular season title in the ACC is up for grabs right now. Carolina's still in it. NC State still in it with a big win over Notre Dame. Down goes number one. Y'all see what, I mean, they still got production like Hannah Hidalgo, Sonya Citron, Olivia Miles definitely played their game. They led the way for this team, but they didn't get much else from anybody else, man. Latu King continues to be very, very good for them, I gotta say. Double-double for her. She's been incredible. One of the best pickups in the transfer portal, I gotta say. But Notre Dame I felt like they were my favorite to win the national title. Like, I feel like if you roll the ball out and put them against anybody, like, it feels like nobody's really a bad matchup for Notre Dame. Then they run into NC State, man. Then they run into NC State. And that just proves that this year is the most wide open that we have seen college women's hoops in some time, man. Like, nobody is safe. Y'all see the new rankings right here, man. Notre Dame falls, and you see Texas is the new number one. UCLA gave Iowa all they could handle. Shout out Lucy Olson. Shout out Taylor McCabe. Shout out Sydney Falter. Like, people blaming the refs, saying the refs kind of impacted that game and saved UCLA, but Iowa gave them all they could handle. They shot the ball extremely well, like really well balanced offensive effort for them. They did a pretty decent job on Lauren Betts as well. But honestly, man, UCLA, they was in some trouble, man. They were in some trouble. UCLA was in some trouble. But y'all see UCLA at number 2. Honestly, I probably would have dropped UCLA. They were at number 3. They won and moved up. But they definitely could have easily lost that game to Iowa, man. Like, UCLA, I like their squad. They're deep. They're talented. They have length. They have great post players. They have good guards. But I feel like, man, they might just be a little overrated after seeing that USC game and then seeing Iowa push them to the limits. Lucy Olson has been in her bag for sure. Iowa is one of those teams that you really cannot sleep on, in my opinion, man. Like, they got really good guards. They can play fast. They're physical. And it feels like they're kind of just scratching the surface. Notre Dame dropped to number 3 after the OT loss. USC still at number 4. UConn rounds out the top 5. They're still reeling off of that big win over South Carolina. We ain't forgot about it. But they're going to blow through the rest of the Big East for sure. And then you see right outside South Carolina at number 6, LSU at 7. Man, I think LSU deserves to be higher than 7. I'm not going to lie. Like, they really showed me a lot in that comeback victory. North Carolina, the team that nobody talks about, man. Maria Gang is one of the best bigs in the country. She's been playing incredible basketball. They're at number 8. NC State jumps to 9. Haley Van Lith, TCU, one of the best big threes in the country, quietly racking up the wins, man. Maddie Connor, one of the best shooters in the country. Sedona Prince, probably the most intriguing prospect as far as long-term development and how she will translate to the W, at 6'7". Mobile, can shoot the basketball as well. Yeah, man, I think LSU should have bumped up a little bit, though. We don't need to pit Joyce and Leigh against each other. Let it brace them both for our future. Reggie, welcome in, welcome in. Is Joyce even a good defensive player? Joyce is a liability on defense, so everyone needs to slow down on the Joyce hype. Yo, sheesh, tell me how you really fit with Joseph Knight. I don't say she's a liability, but she's definitely still sharpening that part of her game, which is understandable. She's a freshman. Yeah, I think LSU should have climbed a little bit more though, man. We gotta start looking. They're talking about these quad one victories, like this is supposed to be a real difference maker right now. But teams aren't getting rewarded like they should in the polls for these quad one victories, man. Like LSU went on the road and beat Kentucky, came back, showed a lot of fight. LSU plays Holy Cross 10 games this year. LSU needs another star player like Jersey, not Smith. She's too soft. Man, I tell you what, though. She did a really good job on Old Acre when they played Texas. Samaya Smith did. But that one game Jersey started, when Anissa Morrow was out, like Jersey came in and had a double-double. She's showing I want to see her full game unlock. Like she can be a true point forward for this team. She handles it. She can pass. She can shoot a bit. She's 6'4", 6'5", great length, very mobile. She got to hit that weight room. They got to get her on that Gator Bites diet down there in the bayou for sure. She gotta get some more food, some more meat on her. But I like Jersey. I want to see what else happens with Kaylin Gilbert as well. Yo, Eric, my guy, welcome in. Yo, Maddie Westbeld has not had the start of the season. Like, she's nowhere near the level she was playing last year. She missed a lot of games. She's still getting back. So, I'm giving her some grace there for sure. But with her ability to spread the floor, pick and pop, like, they need her to be dangerous. Like last year, Maddie Westbeld was part of that big three. She was killing last year, and she just hasn't returned to that level. She's coming back from injury. She's still settling in. Maybe by March, she's kind of looking like her best self. Shabazz, welcome in. UCLA, yeah, that length is crazy. That length for UCLA is crazy. And it seemed like, speaking of length, like the length of Kentucky bothered LSU for a little while, but it just wasn't enough. Texas out there playing basketball, football on defense. And man, my thing with Texas is they're one-dimensional. Like LSU, they're one of the best mid-range shooting teams in the country. Neither one of them shoot the three extremely well. Maybe they prove you don't have to shoot the three to win games. But in my opinion, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. Like it makes me nervous when a team can't shoot threes. When teams start to pack that paint and go zone, and you can't bust them out of the zone, you could be in trouble. Some teams are saving their best for the tournament. We have not seen coaches unleash the whole hand that they have right now. Smith coming back from a season-ending injury. I'll tell you what, though. She did a really good job defensively on Old Acre, man. Like, she was handling Old Acre when they played Texas. I got to give her credit there. She's been rebounding the basketball better, blocking shots. They do need more from her, though. I think, like, the supporting cast, like, Poa has been, I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know what happened with Last Hair Poa, man. She took minutes from Haley Van Lith last year. She is completely falling off the face of the map, though. Like, Last Hair Poa is not a reliable contributor for this team. She's regressed so much, and I know she battled injury. She's battled a suspension. Like, there's a lot of off the court stuff that she's went through and battled. But I tell y'all what, man. I tell y'all what, Last Tier Poa is a liability out there. Like, they need Miracle Shepherd and Kaylin Gilbert and Jada Richard should be getting more minutes than Last Tier Poa right now. Sean Day Wilson kind of on the fence. We'll see. But they got other guards. Like, there's no reason Jada Richard shouldn't be getting more minutes, man. Like, she could be that answer at point guard. Kaylin Gilbert didn't really play much last game, and to be honest, man, she's had a quiet string of games where she really hasn't been scoring the basketball like she possibly can. Maybe she turns it up another notch in March as well. Facts. Lay gave that work to Joyce and a player that we talked about, number one player in the country. She gave that work to Aaliyah Chavez as well. I'm just saying. Sarah Strong gave Joyce that work in high school too, but hey, I'm just saying. Anyways, though, yeah, they definitely got to find something. LSU has to find something at the point guard position that's giving them more of a boost. Whether it's Richard just managing the team and moving the basketball, whether it's Kaylin Gilbert out there being more of a scorer but also a facilitator. Well, it's they need something to supplement this big three. They need somebody that can initiate offense and move the basketball for sure. Guys, if this is your first time, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. And also, definitely follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. Yeah, Zoe Brooks, man, 33, like she was out there hooping, just big shot after big shot. NC State is one of them sleepers. So my God, yeah, Aisha, she definitely is a bucket. So what we got coming in to replace needs to be. That's the thing. They don't have any bigs right now. Really, I mean, Knox is the biggest player that LSU's bringing in. Like, they got a bunch of wings and guards coming in. They're gonna have to hit the portal. They're gonna have to hit the portal for a big, or unless they banking on Alea Del Rosario. Maybe they're banking on Del Rosario to really take that next step, man, because they are going to be in trouble when Anissa Mortal leaves. Like, maybe Del Rosario, they're banking on that. Samaya Smith, maybe they're banking on that, but they're going to have to hit the portal for a big, because that star-studded recruiting class, that amazing recruiting class that LSU has, isn't a lot of size. It's a bunch of perimeter players. Knox can play the post, though, at the 4, but she's not a big. Last tier want that NIL international players like her having problems getting to her head, and we saw that with like Oscar Sheboy at Kentucky, who was Player of the Year and couldn't get any NIL. Like the international players be getting done dirty, man. I didn't even know, like, bro, she got man. It's just crazy. Definitely though, Notre Dame and NC State definitely one of the best games of the year, hands down. Hands down. That was elite basketball, man. Like, teams just blow for blow. And that had the makings. That felt like a ACC championship game. Like, I could definitely see them two matching up again. Is Jersey coming back next season for LSU? Yeah, I would imagine so. I would imagine Jersey comes back. She needs to get in that weight room. She needs to get on that Bayou diet, get them gator bites, some of that gumbo. Like, they got to put some weight on her by any means. This and the Southern Cal versus UConn game were the best games. Yeah, I really like that game too. And USC, man, is coming along as a complete team at the right time. Like, Talia Von Ohlhofen's been playing better. Kiki Arafen, Raya Marshall getting it off the dribble. Like, USC is looking dangerous. I gotta admit, it felt like a bunch of pieces. It was pretty much like, Kennedy Smith, Juju Watkins, and Kiki Arafen, like, just letting them go, letting them get active. But now they're playing better team basketball. Like, Coach Gottlieb has his team bought in. So I really like what I like what I'm seeing from USC as well, man. Like, they're starting to come along. Tennessee, TCU, two other good teams. Ohio State dropped a tough one. Oklahoma getting back to their winning ways as well. Kentucky fell a little bit. Duke, still in the running as well. I watched Alabama and Auburn, bro. I don't know if there's a player that on the planet right now that plays harder on both ends than Sarah Barker. Like, Sarah Ashley Barker is out there on the floor, diving for everything, blocking shots, running the floor. Like, Alabama, man, I like their team. I like Nye, the shooter that they got, and straight one of the best three-point shooters in the country. Like, that SEC tournament is going to be problematic, y'all. I'm going to tell you that right now. But yeah, Juju's been hooping. I like that she's getting other players involved. Like, SC is coming together. SC is coming together, man. Ryan Marshall continues to be one of the best defensive bigs, but she's scoring now too. Like, Heckle's giving them solid minutes. Like, USC is looking like how we expected them to look when all these transfers and that number one recruiting class came in. Like, it's definitely starting to come together. They're going to be dangerous. If it's them versus UCLA in the title game for the SEC, or excuse me, for the Big Ten title in that tournament, man, I'm rocking with USC. They already done beat them once. I'm just saying. So he says, I got Southern Cal or Notre Dame winning the Natty since the start of the season. Yeah, I've been riding with Notre Dame. I've been riding with Notre Dame since the wheels fell off. Until the wheels fall off. I've been riding with them. Okay, Chicago Cheetah says LSU is going to win the national championship. If you look at that top 7, they all got a chance. If you look at that top 7, truthfully analyze that top 7, they all got a chance, man. They really do. Del Rosario think Angel Reese is still there. She tries to do too much and get in foul trouble. And she always just looks lost, man. Like, she be having that Eeyore or Winnie the Pooh look. She just always looks lost out there. She be looking clumsy. Like, I don't know, man. It's a lot, bro. She just hasn't gotten any better. When you talk about player development, it has not happened for her. It has not happened for Del Rosario. She doesn't even, I mean, it's crazy. She was a 5-star recruit, McDonald's All-American. Like, you could not tell. Yeah, I don't know, man. I know she's got the injury. I know she got the injury that she dealt with. She put on a little weight. Like, I get that. She's coming back, trying to get back to her best shape and her best ball. But yeah, Del Rosario just has not. I mean, she's been getting a free ride at LSU. She's been getting a free ride. Yeah, Miara O'Neal not getting a lot of playing time at Florida. And then you got to think they got Chloe Kitt's sister who's redshirting that's going to be in that front court next year, too. Like, minutes could be limited, man. Florida is pretty much the Liv McGill show. They out there letting the freshmen put up 20 shots. They don't give a damn. Yeah, you can't, and that's the thing, Saeed. That's the thing about Del Rosario. Like, you can't teach 6'6". You can't coach 6'6". Like, she's super physically imposing. She should be a dominant force. She should be leading this team LSU in rebounds and blocks at the least. At the least. And she is giving them nothing, man. Coach Kim Mulkey wasted the scholarship. I'm sorry to say it. She's still a sophomore though, so maybe she can put something together. Like, it just tripped me out, man. Cause like they were talking at the beginning of the season. Simone Augustus was talking about how she had Del Rosario locked in the lab, putting in work, and they were all excited about her taking that next step this season. And I mean, we just haven't seen any improvement. But yeah, Miara O'Neal's a stud though. I like her game. And she's very versatile. 500 on LSU. Who taking bets? Who taking bets? Shabazz said he got 500 on LSU. Who gonna match him? Who gonna match him? Who gonna match him? I love that it's wide open. Yeah, it is. It's definitely wide open. There's legitimately, I would say, 7 teams that could win the national championship. Like, look at that top 7. 7 teams that could win the national championship. It is wide open right now. There is not like a dominant team in women's college hoops right now. That like this is the most wide open where it's like anybody can get beat on any night. We were hyping up Notre Dame. They get beat in overtime. We were hyping up UCLA. They get handled by USC. Hyping up South Carolina. They got handled. Like, RC, man, why they do Iowa like that? Why they do Iowa? Man, they was on UCLA's rump. Iowa was on UCLA's rump, man. Lucy Olson is out there doing her best Caitlin Clark impression right now. Dang, Shabazz say South Carolina gonna get upset in the first round? Oh no, that's a reach right there. But I mean, we're seeing though anybody can get got, man. Iowa had UCLA on the ropes. Iowa had UCLA on the ropes, man. But looking at that top 7, like South Carolina's playing really good basketball right now. They found their recipe with Fullwiley. They found their recipe also, with Joyce Edwards as well, man. Like they're letting the young guns all out. Hey, RC, I know that was a tough game for you to watch. I know that was a tough game for you to watch. UConn, AZ Fudd still playing great basketball. Paige Becker's a lot going in. Yeah, Lucy is a bucket. Lucy Olson is absolutely a bucket, man. Like, I don't sleep on Iowa, man. I really could see them making a run in the Big Ten tournament. Like, I'm telling you, I really think Iowa could make a run in that Big Ten tournament, man. Lucy Olson, Sydney Falter, O'Grady, Stokey, McCabe shooting that rock for real, letting that thing fly. Like, man. I mean, she would be a legacy at LSU. she would be a legacy at LSU. I'm just saying, if Miara O'Neal was to go to LSU, we know what her dad did there. It would make sense, and they recruited her extremely hard, and she's been going to their games, and Angel Reese was big in trying to help recruit her there as well. So yeah, yeah. Bro, that was crazy, man. Like the refs really impacted that game against with Iowa and UCLA, man. Like that was a lot. That was a lot. Iowa played a really good game though, man. Like they have shooters, they were aggressive, they pushed the tempo, they were physical. Like Coach Jensen has this team really believing that they can beat anybody. If I'm Iowa, I feel like I can beat any team in the country after putting LSU through or UCLA through the ringer like that. If I'm Iowa, I feel like I can play with anybody. I really feel like if I'm Iowa, I can play with anybody, man. Like they've played some really tough competition. They're battle tested. Lucy Olson has been incredible down the stretch for this team. Remember, I mean, like just last game, when she had 11 points in like a minute and like 45 seconds or something crazy. Like she is a bucket, man. She's really coming into her own. And this supporting cast, man, they're really doing a good job of just buying in and playing good team basketball. I don't think they have anything to hold their heads about with that UCLA win or that UCLA loss. Iowa has nothing to hold their heads about against that UCLA squad. With Lauren Betts back in the lineup as well, man. Like they have nothing to hold their heads about. If I'm Iowa, I genuinely feel like I can play with anybody in the country if I'm that team. But who are some other sleepers? Tennessee is definitely the truth. I really like them. Their depth and their press, like they're gonna press the hell out of teams. For non-SEC teams that got to see Tennessee for the first time, they're gonna be a tough out. Jewel Spear is an absolute bucket. Salasia Cooper is an absolute bucket. Like, they've got four guards averaging double figures. I like Spearman. Tennessee's definitely got a really good group. I like their team. Yeah, she's that. Yeah, I like this talk. I like what we're doing here. I like what we're doing here. We'll talk about that a little bit. I like what we're doing here. Miara O'Neal definitely a more physical big, a more like built big, a true four, unlike Jersey Wolfenbarger. And she can shoot three. She can spread the floor. She can handle it a bit. She's a really talented player. I really like Miara O'Neal. Like if they can go in the portal and wrap her up, they definitely need to. Like LSU is going to have to hit the portal for a big because Kim Mulkey hasn't brought one in this recruiting class yet. So hey, Miara O'Neal might be a name to watch. I'm just saying. She might be a name to watch for LSU. But yeah, I'm with you, Chris. Tennessee's definitely gonna be a tough team. I think they're gonna be a tough team. SC needs a lineup change. Does SC have a chance? I think South Carolina definitely has a chance to win the Natty. And I don't think they're going to make the lineup change. It feels like it would have already happened by now. But I will say this. You definitely see Joyce Edwards eating into the minutes of other bigs. Like, she played 29 minutes that last game. He's definitely getting the most minutes out of any big. Like, Sanaya Fagan's minutes took a big hit. Chloe Kitt's minutes took a hit. Like Joyce Edwards is definitely noticeably getting a lot more minutes lately. Malaysia Fulwiley's still getting about the same minutes, but I think we're seeing her earlier in games, and she's just doing a lot more with less minutes. Like 24 points in 19 minutes is nothing to shrug your shoulders about. But we are seeing that dynamic change, I think, where they're just playing through and getting more opportunities for Lay and for Joyce. So I think that will continue to be their recipe for success if they want to win a title. But Dawn is just very, very loyal to those seniors, to Raven Johnson, to Bree Hall. She's loyal to those seniors, those upperclassmen, to Sanaya Fagan. So her making a move, to bench one of them, I think it's definitely unlikely. Probably necessary, but probably unlikely. Aisha says O'Neal didn't want the pressure. South Carolina won't win this year because of Dawn's stubbornness. Lay needs to average 29 and 30. I agree. She needs at least 10 more minutes per game than when she's playing. Yeah, Raven does really well. Raven does a good job of her role. She runs the offense. She plays good defense. She sees the floor well. She makes the right play. Offensively, she's a non-factor most nights. She's definitely one-dimensional, and I think that is holding this lineup back at times. But, she's also the glue player and a coach on the floor. Breezy Hall, I think, has shot the ball well the last couple of games. She's a champion. She's one of the best perimeter defenders in the country. But she need to come off some of the minutes for Lay. She definitely needs to come up off of some of those minutes. If Joyce Edwards is getting 29 minutes a game like she did last time, Lay needs to be getting 29, 30 minutes a game as well. South Carolina's problem is not having Watkins and not enough out of attack Walker. And yeah, I mean, we saw Walker play for the first time. It seemed like in forever. She got minutes. Dowda, she's still adjusting. She's still finding her role, I think, within this team. It sounded really good when she transferred, like, oh, Dawn's going to have a three-point shooting big. And, yeah, she's still figuring it out. And Adele Tack just needs more reps. I think she's going to be a really good player. She just needs more reps. But the line, like the team, it's got to be Lay and Joyce's team for this team to really push through. And I think Don Staley is starting to see that with the minute shift and with them getting more shot opportunities. Like we're kind of seeing that they're being forcibly passed the torch. When will Lay get more minutes? I think we see her get more minutes throughout the SEC tournament. I think we see her get more minutes throughout the NCAA tournament as well. I think late February, like within the next month, this next month of the season, this next like 3 weeks of the season, this next month, this is when we're going to see Malaysia Fulwiley truly take over, I think, for this team. Her and Joyce Edwards, we're seeing what the winning recipe is. Dawn Staley has won championships because she knows how to read talent, and she sees it. She's got to see it. These are conversations that have to be happening. Like, it's time for that torch to be passed. And loyalty's cool. Like, your parents gonna love you. Your mama gonna love you. Your coach got to be real with you, though. Coach got to keep it real with you. And the real deal is this team goes as Joyce Edwards and Malaysia Fulwiley goes. This team goes as Joyce Edwards and Malaysia Fulwiley goes. Raven Johnson is the Rajon Rondo of the women's game. That's funny. Guys, if this is your first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. Join our memberships. Y'all know what to do. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. And also follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV to stay up with all the latest and the greatest with the Live with Brandon Lee podcast, man. Y'all got the chat bumping tonight. We having good conversation. It was a great day for women's hoops. And, man, it's just y'all coming in with the spicy takes right now. The championship is up for grabs. Just look at the games the past week. It's going to be really exciting to watch March Madness. Anybody can lose any given night. Yeah, this is going to be one of the most exciting tournaments that we've seen in women's college hoops. Like, the excitement is crazy because even outside the top seven, like, you still got Tennessee, you still got Ohio State, you still got TCU, you still got UNC, you still got NC State. There are some other teams that really could make some noise and disrupt some things, man. I like Kentucky. Duke is a tough bunch. Baylor is trending in the right direction. Maryland kind of getting back in their bag. Michigan State played UCLA and USC extremely tough. Louisville, they gave UNC a tough run. They got some talent as well. Tonight, Laston leading Florida State. They're in the top 25 nation's leading scorer for most of the year. Like, even like this entire top 25, you're looking at it. Like, I mean, there are some outliers that definitely could make some noise, man. Like, the conference tournaments are going to be insane. This is absolutely the most wide open that we've seen the game in quite some time, in my opinion. When it comes to recruiting, who as a top recruit wants to play with Raven? She is severely limited. Lay is a great passer and defender. She has more weapons at her disposal than Raven and Bree. Yeah, I would say she's a more complete player, without a doubt. Without a doubt. She gives you the same upside on defense, but much better offense, much better creativity on offense, more depth to her game. And when they've turned her loose the last couple of games, and we've seen what it's meant for this team. Even in games they've lost, Malaysia Fulwiley has brought it. She's brought it. All right, RC says here's the teams that I think can win the Natty in no order: USC, Texas, South Carolina, LSU, Notre Dame, North Carolina State, UCLA. Dark horses are Duke and TCU. I like that. I like that. Duke is definitely, man, like Mayor. Toby Fournier is a star. Toby Fournier is a star, man. She's gonna be one of those next best freshmen going, man. Like, super athletic, runs the floor well, long, can shoot it a little bit, can handle it. Like, Toby Fournier is going to be a problem. She is going to be a superstar at Duke. I love Reagan Richardson. Mayor's a really good point guard. Donovan's good down there. Like, Duke, they got depth. They're scrappy. They're limited on offense sometimes, but if that offense really, really gets rolling for Duke to match their defense, yeah, y'all better watch out, man. Duke could definitely ruin some things. For sure. I like that. TCU, with the experience they have, they've got some serious firepower as well. I like TCU. Yeah, conference tournaments are going to be heat. Joseph says everybody is praising Joyce for running the floor, but that's the reason team is getting out rebounded. I mean, they've been out rebounding teams the last couple of games. She runs the floor to score. Where is the energy on defense? I mean, Joyce got like a nonstop motor, man. She be getting up and down that floor. Raven is probably a third rounder in the W. However, because of her intangibles, grit, defense, on ball defense, and rebounding, I would take Raven late second if available. Yeah, she could come in off the bench. She would be a really good second string point guard. If you got shooters around her where she could just go out and move the basketball, run the offense, play defense, like, she's one of the best rebounding guards in the country, I could see that. Yeah, man. Hey, Alabama, nice sharpshooter. I like Zay Green is a really good player as well. She's been in college for a minute, but she's a bucket. Sarah Ashley Barker, like, man, I don't know if anybody in the country plays harder than her on both sides of the basketball. I like Alabama. I watched them. Yesterday against Auburn. UCLA has really irritated me. I have to remember to calm down and realize that all the other girls depend so much on Lauren Betts, but I need more spread around contributions. Yeah, and you saw that, man. Without Lauren Betts, they almost lost to Michigan State. She came back, played really well, but yeah, it's definitely a Lauren Betts show. She's out there. They run the offense through her. It's no secret. She's rebounding. She's a good passer. She's a gifted passer. She deals with a lot of double teams. Yeah, the offense definitely can be stagnant if Betts is not involved. David, welcome in, welcome in. And when Bree Hall is shooting the basketball, she's one of the best perimeter defenders in the country, man. When she's shooting the basketball, it gives them another dynamic. It gives them that fourth and fifth scoring option. So they're going to need her as well, man. She's going to have to play big. She was definitely the X factor for them last year against LSU and in some of them tournament games where she hit big threes. She just got to continue to play with confidence. Her and Chloe Kitts got to play with confidence. Groovy. Welcome in, Kiki Rice Pro. She's definitely a pro. She's definitely a pro. The size, the skill set. She's got elite court vision, 3-level score, guards. rebounds. Like Kiki Rice is one of and it's crazy to say that she's underrated. She's a first round draft pick easily, easily. She's a lottery pick in my opinion. Kiki Rice is a lottery pick. It's crazy like how overlooked she is, but she's one of the best guards in the country, hands down, and she's gotten better every single year. I love Kiki Rice's game for sure. Yes, y'all keep them coming. Keep the hot takes coming. Yeah, I love Kiki Rice's game. Gabriela Jaquez, Dulich, like these are players that have a lot of length and definitely project to be serious contributors at the next level. Yeah, but it's so wide open, y'all. Like it is so wide open. You pro ceiling Dejanay Carrington, pro floor Haley Jones, and Haley Jones is a baller too. So I feel that. I feel that. That's not a bad floor at all. But yeah, she's just talented, and I think it's cool. Like they got the freshman playing the one more so now. So like Kiki Rice can definitely play either position. She definitely can be a combo guard. She can score. She can dish it. She creates for herself. She creates for herself. She creates for others. Man, like Kiki Rice is a dog, bro. She's a dog. Like I really, really like her game. I like her approach to the game. I like her feel. It's so smooth. It's never forced. There's no wasted movements. Like she's a team player. High basketball IQ, great intangibles. Like Kiki Rice is going to be a really, really good pro player. She's going to be really, really good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean the offense runs through vets, and it's crazy. Like they're gonna be doing the same thing next year. She's coming back to play with her little sister, so the UCLA gonna look pretty much the same next year for the most part. But yeah, that offense runs through Lauren vets. Hey, I'm all about the chaos and the upsets, Kathy. Sign me up. Sign me up. I'm all about the mayhem. Bust them brackets, unranked teams. Bust them brackets. Bust them dang brackets, man. Because I tell y'all, speaking of an unranked team, man, I really think Iowa is going to be making some noise. I really think Iowa is going to make some noise. Oh, that LSU recruiting class is gonna be special, man. Like Knox is a monster, Burridge, like that. That's gonna be a really special class. That's gonna be a really special class. They got 4 players in the top 60 ranked, top 30 actually that are ranked that are gonna come in and provide a lot of spark. A lot of these players, these upperclassmen that are getting free rides on LSU's roster right now, definitely gonna be getting moved to the side. They're definitely going to be get moved to the side. Yeah, Grace Knox is a dog. Zakiya Johnson is a walking bucket as well. Bella Hines, great handles, one of the best shooters in that class. Devon Burge has a little bit of late Fulwiley in her game where it's just off the bounce. She's insane. You can't stay in front of her. Like, they have a really, really good class coming in that's going to provide a lot of offensive firepower, but they still need some size for sure. Yeah, I'm all about the madness though, Kathy. Bring on the madness. I'm with you there. I'm definitely with you there. What do you think about, yeah, LSU definitely special class, best class in the nation so far. And if they still got a chance, they might add Aaliyah Chavez as well. Nah, Betts decided she's coming back. Lauren Betts, a projected top 5 pick, is not going to the WNBA draft. She says she's coming back to UCLA to play with her younger sister next year, Sienna Betts. I don't believe that they're going to be upset against SC and LSU and Tennessee Lady Balls. Corey Close has got to win when it matters. Kiki Rice has got to show up in big moments. Facts. Last year against LSU, Flau'jae, yeah, you're not lying. You're not lying though. You're not lying. She was a sophomore last year too, though. But yeah, she not. You're not lying. You're not lying. And that's the thing. They've been on Coach Close's rump. This is absolutely the most talent UCLA has had. They've been to several Elite Eights. This is the time. It's championship or bust for this group. It is I love the addition of Janiah Barker. Gives them another dynamic down low, athletic, versatile defender. Had a big double-double in Lauren Bett's absence. Tamia Gardner, they added some more shooting with her. And I think with the emergence of the freshmen too that they have from Finland, it's allowing Kiki Rice to kind of play off ball more too, which also adds a different dynamic. She's a knockdown shooter also. Yeah, it's crazy. Betts is coming back. Hey, he say we get Caitlin that 10-day contract. Just give her a tournament pass. Bring Caitlin back for the tournament. Give her a tournament pass. Tournament championship is going to be great. Yeah, I mean that, bro. The SEC and the Big Ten, the ACC too. Now that we're seeing with State, with Carolina, with Notre Dame, they got 3 teams in that top 15, that top 10, top 15 ranked too, man. Big Ten, definitely exciting. Don't sleep on Ohio State. I know they lost one they shouldn't have to Indiana, but don't sleep on Ohio State, man. I'm a big fan of Jelani Cambridge, Cody McMahon. This is a good team as well. And Maryland. Maryland's another team that you really can't truly write off just yet. I won't argue that, Aisha. I won't argue that. Big Four look like the female Dwayne Wade out there. For real. Texas, South Carolina, regular season SEC co-champs. Yeah, bringing in Ariel. Sheesh. Chicago, hey, some fans is mad Chicago moved that draft pick, though. I tell you that. Some people are upset about that. Guys, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Also, follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. You did? Agreed. Agreed. That's why they came back against Kentucky. They ran that offense against through MK, and she was getting buckets straight up. They really do, and I'm wondering what the hell. What are the Mystics gonna be? What are they gonna do with Atlanta Deladon? Brandon, I'm looking at Tennessee, Utah, Notre Dame as second or third teams. Okay, you have been on the Utah train, RC. You definitely have been on the Utah train. I gotta salute you there. Notre Dame, that's who I've been rocking with the whole season as a national champion. But I was born and raised a Carolina fan, so always gotta show love to my Carolina blue and true. Even back to the Ivory Latta days. If you know, you know. Texas gets a lot of help from the refs. If the game was called right against LSU, they would have lost that game. Man, I tell you what, bro. That UCLA Iowa game was a dogfight. It was a dogfight, and a lot of people are not happy about how that thing went. RC, you own one. Bro, say F them picks. Man, Washington need to just go ahead and draft Cheyenne Sellers, bro, out of Maryland and get to work. Straight up. They just need to get to work. Hey, RC on one, bro. I love it. I love it, man. This has been some great takes, great conversation, man. Like, seriously. Just kind of decompressing after yesterday. Yesterday was so crazy. Yesterday was so crazy. Okay, Kathy. Respect, respect. Oh, I'm right there with you. I feel like a Caitlin Clark MVP is absolutely loaded. They got too much talent around her this year. It's about to get real spooky in Indiana. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's gonna get real spooky in Indiana for sure. Yeah, Sonya Citron, man, like she's one of the best 3 and D players. She's gonna be exceptional in the draft as well. She need to be going top 5 if we being honest. You're not lying. But I'm telling you right now, Lexi Hole and Sophia Cunningham about to feed families. My goodness. Fever about to be must watch TV. Love Sonya Citron's game though, man. She was getting active. She was getting active. She was absolutely getting active. Sonya Citron was getting active. Yeah. I mean, man, the job that they did on Paige Beckers, the job that she did on Juju Watkins, like nothing less than incredible. She's long too, like long, athletic. She can create off the dribble, can shoot it from anywhere, can pass, can play make. Like we saw her doing a lot more playmaking last year when Olivia Miles was out, and she kind of moved more off ball this year for sure. But yeah, if I'm Michigan, man, if I got that third, fourth, or fifth pick, I'm looking strong at Sonny Citron for sure. Sonny Citron, I'm looking at her tough. If I got one of them top 5 picks, I'm just saying she definitely is like that. In the WNBA game, when you're craving wings that can guard these bigger scores now, that can keep up, that can create their own shot as well. Like, yeah, Citron is a different type of player, man. She's definitely the best 3 and D player in this draft, in my opinion. Facts. Facts. And guys, man, I appreciate y'all so much. I just had to hop on and we talk about it. AP poll, all this good stuff that's going on. Great basketball. Y'all let me know in the comments, man, how y'all feel about everything we talked about. But definitely let me know what other topics y'all want me to talk about throughout the week. Let's finish the month strong. If this is your first time, man, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. Join our memberships. I got exclusive content dropping daily, weekly, whenever you need it. And also follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV, man. None of this is possible without you guys. So much love to y'all. I really appreciate all of the support. Olivia Miles is great, but my only criticism of her is that when she isn't playing with the ball in her hands and being the primary ball handler, she just stands there. She doesn't cut or move. You need to see a little bit of off-ball movement from Olivia. I tell you what, the one big weakness, one big hole in her game was the three-point shooting in the past, and she is shooting that rock lights out now. But Citron might be the most complete player on Notre Dame for real. She's so low maintenance. Like, she don't need the ball to impact the game. And I love players like that. What do you think of Chloe Kitts? I think she can't score using elite post moves. Also, she has butterfingers. She misses a lot of late passes. She's not athletic like Barker, and she is clumsy. I mean, Chloe Kitts seems like she's playing with a lack of confidence right now. I think if she could work on the handle, she'd be really much better served on the perimeter. I think she'd be better at the three, in my opinion. If she could work on her handle and just work on her lateral quickness and guarding, like a three, being able to keep up with those wings on the perimeter, like she'd probably be better in there. That's true. That's true. I think they're kind of changing the narrative. Michaela Blake's as well as Hannah Hidalgo. Like, I think Hannah Hidalgo, in my opinion, is the best player in college right now, as far as from a talent and production standpoint. And they just play to their strengths. They're smaller guards, but they have that craftiness about them around the cup where they can finish amongst the trees, like elite layup packages, high arcing shots where they can get their shots off. Like, they're not; those are two players that aren't getting their shot blocked a lot. Explosive first steps, like can create offense for others as well. That's the thing. That's the thing that we're really seeing from them. Guys, I am going to call it a night, man. I definitely appreciate y'all. I will definitely have some more lives throughout the week. Y'all holler at me in the comments. Let me know more topics y'all want me to cover. That is a wrap for us, man. Much love to everybody just continuing to rock with me and watch us build this thing brick by brick, man. Let's keep it going. Thank y'all so much again. That is a wrap for us. Of course, this is the Live with Brandon Blatney podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Blatney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Until next time, my beautiful people, we out.